Hi everyone, welcome to my TOEFL exam preparation. My name is Marco and I will run you through what is expected of you throughout the writing section of the TOEFL exam. So the writing section of the TOEFL exam consists of two parts. We have an integrated writing task as well as an independent writing task. The integrated writing task is where you will be writing for at least 20 minutes with 150 to 225 words. There is no preparation needed for this first section because the topic will be provided for you. Most of the topics are mostly based on academics. So it's anything that you might study, that you've heard of, anything um, that will be dealt with at university from different divisions, right? It could be psychology, it could be geography, biology, science, medicine. It could really be anything that will be covered on the day. So what does the first writing piece consist of? There is one section that will be reading, and then there will be a lecture, which is in the form of an audio. So why do they call it the integrated writing task? That is because you need to integrate the reading section with the lecture that you listen to. So just for argument's sake, I've chosen global warming is the biggest problem in the world right now. Then what you need to do when you read that section, you need to identify what is the topic, and whilst reading, you need to identify at least three main ideas and one detail to substantiate or to just explain what your main idea is about. Then you use this outline, and then on the second part, you listen to the lecture on the same topic, but a different view. So for my argument's sake, I said global warming is not the biggest problem in the world right now. So when you have those two opposing views, that's where you need to integrate. When we integrate, that is when we come up by listening and reading, you will identify or establish what the topic is, and then you come to the thesis statement. What is the thesis statement? That is somehow like an introduction that will be telling you more of what your reader can expect. For example, in my case, global warming is the biggest problem in the world right now. However, so you will be using transition words as well, just to show the contrast between the two. So let's give it a try. The reading section introduces global warming as the biggest problem in the world right now. However, while on the other hand, the lecture shows that global warming is not the biggest problem in the world right now. Then you go ahead and in mostly this consists of two paragraphs where you can in your first paragraph discuss your reading with this outline, and you can use then your second paragraph will be your lecture section using the same outline as well. So guys, to make your writing piece a bit more attractive, use transition words just to give it a bit more flavor, right? And remember, 20 minutes is not a lot of time. That is the time that you have to analyze and you have time to put your piece together. Very important, time management. Remember, when you listen to that audio, that is only going to play once. My advice is take down as many notes as possible. You can always afterwards from your own notes, then, okay, fine, that was the main point one, two, and three. Okay, that could be a detail, that could be a detail, that could be a detail. Why? Because you have taken enough notes in order to assist you throughout that process, right? So guys, that will be your first section. Just to recap, write for 20 minutes, 150 to 225 words. No preparation is needed. The topic will be provided for you. right? It's where you integrate your reading piece with a lecture in audio version. Good. This is your outline that you'll be using for your final writing. So what does your essay look like? It looks like there is the topic, global warming. The thesis statement. The reading piece introduces us to global warming as the biggest problem in the world. On the other hand, the lecture shows us that global warming is not the biggest problem in the world. And then you provide your three main ideas as well as your three details of each. And that is your essay done and dusted. Let's continue. The independent writing task. This is where you will be responding to a question. You have 30 minutes and at least 300 words. If you add the two together, guys, you only have 50 minutes for your writing piece. Once again, time management. So when you have this question, for example, they will say, is global warming the biggest problem in the world right now? That's your question, right? You either need to agree or disagree. You either need to state a preference or you need to discuss the advantages or disadvantages of something, explain or describe something. That is what your response should take. One of those options, right? And guys, very nice. It's not just about that agreement or disagreement. Provide reasons and examples to support your answer. What I always suggest is when put yourself in that situation. What will you do in that situation? It's very nice to provide a little example of yourself. Let's think of a question. Um, should cell phones be allowed in restaurants? Why or why not? I think cell phones should not be allowed in restaurants because it's very irritating. The one time I went there on Valentine's Day, it was a very important date that I had, and this phone was ringing the entire evening, and I could not hear my date very well. Right? So you use your own example to support your answer in that case. If there's a reason, and always make sure you know how many questions is within the question, right? The main idea is you answer the question that was asked. Good. So the second part, the independent writing task also has a little bit of a format. You have an introduction, right? Introduction, body paragraph 1. Then you have 3 supporting details. You have a body paragraph 2, and you have 3 supporting details. Then you have a body paragraph 3 and 3 supporting details. Guys, this is where you can use anything. A method that I always, that I can maybe suggest to you guys, in this sense, it's for me, I call it the question word approach. The question word approach. What is that? Guys, it is as simple as your why, who, where, what, and when. And let's go to the how as well. Question word approach. If you are given a topic, make sure that you answer these questions. That will provide the materials that you have in your supporting details. For example, if you think introduction, body paragraph 1, you could maybe start with let's use the global warming, for example. You can maybe do the first one, could be about pollution. And then you have 3 supporting details. We have air pollution, we have uh, water pollution, and we have another type of pollution. Remember, all of those pollutions excrete gases that contribute to global warming. Your second part could either be the ozone layer. What are the particles consisting of the ozone layer at that point, right? Now we go into carbon monoxide. We can talk about the cars. We can talk about the plane. We can talk about anything, supporting details, supporting the ozone layer. And for the last one, the human. What role do we play in this game, right? What is our responsibility towards this? And then again, guys, with each of those, For example, let's use the pollution. Why do we have pollution? Who pollutes? Where does the pollution take place? What? When does it take place? And how can we maybe stop it? That is a way in which you make sure that you generate enough information to present your 300 words. When you have your question word approach, it makes sure that you do not miss anything. That is what's very important. So, guys, very important as well is your introduction and your conclusion. Your introduction, we will briefly talk about global warming, what is it, and coming to your conclusion and your introduction, they are similar. The only difference is you tell your reader in your introduction what the essay will be about, and at the end, you tell your reader what you have discussed, right? Based on the information above, we can now establish that global warming is definitely one of the biggest problems in the world right now. So that is how you need to find a balance between what you offer your reader and what you'd like your reader to think about as well. Because remember, when we write something, it is not for us. We write for our readers. We want our reader to understand the writing piece that we have presented with the intention that we have presented it. Guys, I hope this helps and will get you through your TOEFL preparation much easier. And thank you very much, and you have a great day. Bye bye.